the bearings come off, the end caps come off, and there's your shaft. Okay, to reassemble it, the first thing you'll want to do is to put that end cap on. Make sure it lines up with the key. Slide your bearing on, and then put your split collar back in place. Now you need to make sure that there's no gap here. So you take your split collar and push pressure on it, and it closes that gap up. And then tighten your screws down. They don't need to be super tight. And then you start reassembly. Okay, just remember that the cutting edge is always going to be on your left whenever you stack these blades up. And you start with the large blade. So you start by the key on the left, cutting edge is on the left, and just start your stack by every other one. So you go one of the big blades and one of the small ones. Again, making sure that the cutting blade lines up with that relief on the small ones. The large one, always on the cutting edge, is always on your left. Well, first of all, we've already missed something here. We'll slide them all off. You have to put the big spacers on first. It doesn't matter which way they go, either one of them go on the same way. So it just goes to show you how you can get ahead of yourself, and I've done this many times and I still do it. So you have to pay attention. That's all your blades. Then you put your other spacer in place. Your other end cap, making sure that the relief lines up with the key. Seats down. Put your bearing on. Put your collar on. Make sure that your collar is good and tight. And then tighten your lock screw down. And that's what it is to put the cancelous blade pack together. I'll continue to show you how it goes in the mill. You'll start out with your solid end cap. Drop this down in it. And then you want to make sure that your cutting surfaces here is always on your left. You drop that down on the mill. Put your other end cap on. Okay, we're just going to put a couple of screws in it just to demonstrate. Okay, the secondary blade for the cancellous just drops in. You want to make sure that it clears. It's a little tight. You saw me loosen those screws back up. It will tell you immediately that you have a problem. So you tighten them screws down and it no longer hits. So you're good to go. But you want to check that with everything that you do, is to make sure that it turns free and that there is no contact with metal. The other blade is a smooth blade whenever you're grinding cancellous, or if you're grinding cortical and you're looking for a larger chip, you would use this blade in the lower stationary blade slot, and it just slides in, and your spacer plate will go on to retain that. So, and that's basically all there is to this mill.